What's happening, my fellow geeks and geekettes? Welcome to a brand new and very special episode of Cosplay Chris, and today I'm talking about something that I got commissioned to make for someone very cool. Now, for those who don't know, Jean-Claude Van Damme is coming to Australia in a couple of weeks. He's doing a tour all around Australia. I was contacted by the entertainment company that is bringing him to Australia. They asked me if I could make some props for Mr. Van Damme. Now, if you know the name Jean-Claude Van Damme, surely you know the name Universal Soldier, the action movie starring Dolph Lundgren and Jean-Claude Van Damme from the early 90s. I was commissioned to make some headset props, like the one you see here. Originally, the company approached me and asked me to make the camouflage chocolate chip vests that they wear in the film, but I said, look, I'm not qualified to do that. I'd probably do a pretty shitty job. I'm more qualified to do something like this, and I'd love to do something like this. So I had about 2 weeks to make these, and here's one here that's off the life cast. Now, this is not 100% screen accurate. Please keep that in mind. I know there are going to be Universal Soldier fans that their OCD is going to be off the chart because it's not 100% accurate. But given the time, which was 2 weeks to make these, and given the materials that I found that were locally around my area, I think it, turned out pretty good. If you're wondering why my hair's all buffy and I look like a mob boss, I washed my hair and I gotta wet it back so I could put this on. So that's how she goes on, nice and easy. And the cool thing is, like, for transport, it like folds up, and then this is flexible so you can fold it down for shipping. But if you fold it back out, you pop it on. So it is adjustable to different size heads with the eyepiece, which is pretty damn cool. So what I thought I'd do today is go through exactly how I built these from start to finish. Where's the other one? Now, when you look at photos of the original screen use prop, you notice that the actual scope is a lens off a camera, and the viewfinder is an actual viewfinder from a camera. There is no way in hell I was gonna be able to find these original pieces given the time, let alone 3 of each. So that just was not going to happen. So I went to Bunnings Warehouse with no idea what I was looking for, what I was going to find, and eventually I found all this stuff and just put it together, and here it is. So this is pretty obvious. The base here are safety earmuffs. Now, these are actually the same safety earmuffs that we use at work because we work around a lot of noise with the propellers from the planes. I thought this would be, a pretty good start, a pretty good base for the prop. So I found a safety website in New South Wales and bought 3 pairs. And this is the box they come in. So you can see on the back, that's what they look like folded out. So that's what was used for the base. And obviously you take one side off. Now I do have, you can see there, some foam padding on the inside, so it's a bit soft on the head. And the foam padding that I used for that was the excess in there that was on this earmuff piece. Now, next up is the actual scope, and like I mentioned, the original screen use prop, it was a camera lens, and I'm not gonna find that original camera lens. So what I did was got different pieces of PVC piping and put them all together. Now, this piece at the end here that does look like a lens, that is actually a base that you use for furniture. Round plastic caster cups, there you go. So there's one more left in there. It came in a pack of 4, so obviously I only had to use 3. But that was purely by chance, finding these at Bunnings, and I thought, you know what, I'll get them just for the hell of it anyway, and you know what, they fit. And the bits of wire coming out of the scope, that's just a coat hanger, I kid you not. Like, my wardrobe's behind the camera, and I just got some coat hangers, cut them up and bent them into shape, and glued them and secured them in place going from the scope into the earmuffs. So that was easy done. Now let's go to the microphone piece. Some people may find it annoying that it's constantly wobbling. Well, it doesn't bother me, but this is what I found to be useful and perfect for what I wanted with the microphone. This is just a soft tie for like garden hoses and all that stuff. So it is rubber with a wire core, and that's why it does wobble a lot. But the good thing is, it's very easy to work with. It does what I want, and people can adjust it if people have different head sizes when it does come time. Because I think other actors that will be besides Jean-Claude Van Damme will be wearing these. I don't think these are all for him. It could be backups, who knows. But I think they just wanted a few spares as well for other actors that they could be hiring to be alongside him. Now the silver tip here is just aluminium tape just wrapped around, so it looks like an actual little microphone device. Now the eyepiece was something that was just so crudely put together, but I was so proud of. Like I showed you, you'll notice that the eyepiece folds in and out, and the way that was achieved was it's half a safety goggle, as you can see there. So it's that piece there, and it's been mounted using the stem here, so that's why it's able to fold in and out. Now the inner piece here was from the same company that made these pieces, like what I used for the lens. They were actually squared, and they're also for putting under furniture. Now I did cut a hole in the safety glass lens, then inserted it in and used some Bondo filler, and just smoothed it all in and made it blend in. And then when I got to the very end after painting, and I will get to the painting stage, I realized, shit, it's not clear there. It's, you know, a solid black color with, you know, 3x4 holes in it. So that was at the very last minute and I rectified that. So that just makes it a lot more accurate when you've got that look right there. Now also with the microphone piece, it is threaded inside the earmuff, just drilled a hole in there. And I got some horseshoe rings here and they would just pop riveted in. That's easy done. Now for the painting side, all I did was prime the areas that had been weathered and sanded and needed a pristine paint. I just used the Rust-Oleum grey primer for that, then went over the whole thing with a matte black. I then went in with the Model Masters Silver that you guys see me use a lot with the custom collectibles and dry brushed on certain areas. I then got some sandpaper and just randomly went over certain areas just to make it look scuffed and like the paint's chipped away, along with the weathering with the Model Masters Silver. This was all then sealed up with a Model Masters Clear Gloss, and then I just put baby powder over the entire thing and just made it look old, used and dusty, and seriously, that's it. Like I said guys, given the amount of time I was given to make 3 of these props, it's not going to be screen accurate. They just wanted something that resembled the original headset pieces. So for what it's worth, I think, you know, it turned out pretty good. Obviously, you know, I'd like to revisit this prop eventually. For now, I'm happy with these. These are actually going to be shipped off today. They're going to Melbourne, I believe. So I'm actually not going to be in the country when Mr. Van Damme comes to Australia. I'm going to be in the States for GeekCon. So I have asked the gentleman who approached me to commission me for these pieces if I can just get a nice high gloss photo of Jean-Claude Van Damme wearing one of these. That would be just so cool to frame and put in here or put in the man cave. Just that would be totally worth it. And that's pretty much it guys. So this is one of those things where given the materials that you can find locally, you can make something that resembles a screen used prop. And that's what I love about prop making. It's taking ordinary materials, putting them together and making something extraordinary. Look at the wobble. So thanks very much for watching guys. Please keep an eye out for Jean-Claude Van Damme touring Australia. I hope to see some really cool photos of him wearing these. It would make my fucking year. If you guys had any questions, queries, anything you're unsure of with the build of these headsets, please drop a comment below and I'll try and get back to you as soon as possible. If I don't know the answer, I'll just make it up. As always, thank you very much for your continuing support and watching, and until next time geeks, please always remember, cosplayers do it best. I would break you. Wrong movie.